College. It's 2 4-month semesters every year. My question is, does it have to be? Could someone hypothetically finish a semester worth of college in a week? I've been called many things in my life. Good student was not one of them. Let's see how this goes.
This is me. Hi, my name is Lukeleisner. I'm 21 years old and I live in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Right now I'm staying in my friend's basement. It's not exactly what I had in mind when I pictured my life at 21, but hey, it's home. Each week I do something that turns my life upside down. Sometimes the changes are big and sometimes the changes are small, but either way, I hope we can learn something along the way. This is For a Week.
Hey everybody, welcome! Thank you to the 1,060 people who have chosen to subscribe and share these videos. I'm not what you would call an academically inclined individual. I was always more of a PE kind of guy. But if I want to move out of my friend's basement and contribute to the GDP one day, I gotta graduate and find a job. And to graduate, you have to study. This has always been my big problem. I'm a professional procrastinator. You know what you find when you look up procrastination in the dictionary? I'm not sure, I never got around to looking it up, but probably something bad. We're roughly 1 month into the semester and we have 3 months to go. Can I complete 3 months worth of college classes in 7 days? Completing an alleged 400 hours worth of outside classwork seemed impossible, but I did have 2 advantages. The first advantage is I'm at a community college taking general classes. This isn't Stanford's graduate engineering program we're dealing with here. And second, I'm not too concerned about my grades. I like to get A's, but if a couple C's land on there, I'm not losing any sleep. Right now, I'm currently enrolled in 4 classes, starting off with College Writing 2. The hard part about this class is at the end of the semester, we have a 10-page research paper due. It's September 25th. The paper isn't due until December 17th, so I haven't been working on it. The next class we have is Effective Supervision. We just talk about how we can effectively supervise people. Pretty self-explanatory, I'd say. Now, the next class I have is Legal Environment of Business. This is just dealing with different laws, regulations, the hoops you have to jump through when running and operating a business. Now, my 4th and most difficult class by far is Managerial Accounting. It isn't the hardest subject to be learning, but it has an overwhelming amount of homework and assignments. If we were gonna do this, we had no time to dilly-dally around twiddling our thumbs. We had to get started. So the first assignment we're gonna be working on is an ethics paper from Managerial Accounting. I know what you're thinking, ethics and accounting? I thought the same thing. All right, so here's the scenario. Elena in the tax department is really stressed by all her deadlines. She has recently been using a combination of illegal drugs to deal with this stress. She knows her substance abuse is impacting her job performance, but doesn't know whether to tell someone or keep hiding it as best she can. We gotta help Elena out. Elena is in quite the pickle. On one hand, her livelihood, on the other, cocaine. That seems to make sense. Aside from the fact that coke can cause heart attacks and strokes, being an incredibly taxing financial burden, contributes to your loss of smell, and people overdose and die using it every year, it's 100% harmless. I'll be honest, I never expect to be talking about drug use and accounting in the same paper. I thought the worst ethical scenario I'd run into was if Cindy, the accountant, ate too many bonbons from the break room and had to decide whether to take a sick day or fake an injury. But accountants have a lot of power, which is good to know. We have just received our next assignment. It's from a Legal Environment of Business. Research an online article about a torts personal injury case, provide a link to the article, summarize the case, and give your opinion on whether there should be liability. I love a good lawsuit, so this should be pretty fun to research. Oh my goodness, these lawsuits are insane. Sue the weatherman. People often joke about how the weatherman can be wrong at his work and get away with it. Well, not in Israel, after a woman sued a television station for an inaccurate weather prediction. Apparently, the weatherman of that particular station claimed the weather would be good on the day in question. Well, it actually rained. The woman then proceeded to say that because of this wrongdoing, she dressed inappropriately and suffered from personal injury. She caught the flu, which caused her to miss work and acquire medical expenses for treatment. Let's not forget the stress this put on her. The court ruled in her favor for $1,000. What? She won. Wow. Stopping for donuts. In Houston, a hungry ambulance driver stopped at a local donut shop en route to the hospital. Dunkin' Donuts cannot wait. The only problem is he was transporting a youth suffering from minor injuries. The youth's mother filed a complaint. To make things a little bit crazier, the ambulance driver then sued the city of Houston for intentional infliction of emotional distress. The ambulance driver sued the city of what? I think we got most of our article written. An ambulance driver in Houston was fired after he made a pit stop to pick up some delicious donuts. What's so wrong about that? If a man can't pick up a box of extra glazed fresh donuts, what's the point of calling this a free country? Might as well throw out the Constitution while we're at it. That sounds good. That being said, it seems like unprofessional behavior. His job is to drive people to and from the hospital, not to Dunkin' Donuts. I would consider this a perfect article. We hit the Constitution, it all happens at Dunkin' Donuts, and it involves a lawsuit. I can't think of 3 better things to describe America. This is a good reminder to be nice to strangers. Be nice to pedestrians when you're driving, because you don't know who's got a hotshot lawyer friend who could sue you for breathing on somebody funny. Then you're cashing out the 401k, Timmy can't go to college, and you have to live in a cardboard box. We're only 1 day into this and I already feel like we learned so much. My goodness.
So this 10-page research paper is so big that we have to start turning things in incremental steps. This annotated bibliography is due on Monday.
You know when the teacher says, make sure to cite your work? That's basically what a bibliography is. Technically, there's a difference between a works cited page and a bibliography page. That's the English lesson for the day.
Okay, we just torched that annotated bibliography. It took about an hour and a half, a little bit more time than we wanted because all we were doing was finding sources for our research paper. But if you put in enough work in the front end, I'm thinking that's gonna make the back end a little smoother.
All right, so we have our legal environment of business test right now. So I'm gonna be honest here, I have done 0 reading in this class. There was a book they assigned us at the beginning of the year. I don't have the book. This is what the kids call winging it. All right, let's see if we know any of these. The national government has implied power to undertake actions necessary to carry out its expressly designated power. I think that's true. Here's the deal. I'm all for reading and studying hard. That's all great. But I told you I'm not a good student. I admit that. I have a serious problem studying for classes that do not interest me and I see very little real life application in. This test we were taking was so brutal, I had to get a second opinion.
All right, so the Uniform Commercial Code facilitates commerce, A, among the states, B, between the states and federal government, or C, in countries that were once colonies of Great Britain, or D, in international markets. What are we going with?
I don't know.
What?
I'm just learning 5th grade level things.
5th grade?
Like-
You're basically graduated at this point. Come on, I need some answers here.
Okay.
It's a commerce among the states, or in international markets. These are the questions you have to know in 5th grade, Isabel. I'm telling you.
Maybe in the international markets?
Absolutely. That sounds right. Look at that. Figured it out. Sometimes you gotta dab on the haters, right? There it is.
We ended up getting a 69% of the test. Am I happy about it? No. But for not studying 1 second, I'm not that upset. It's basically a 70%, which is a C, and I'll be able to knock that up to a B with my other assignments. Day number 3, we were required to peer review our annotated bibliographies.
What are the corrections we have to make?
Indent.
Hey, an indent? Why?
Sure, because that's what he said.
Why do we care what he says?
Because we gotta get an A in this class, so we don't have to redo it again.
What else do we gotta do? Does it look good?
You gotta change the font. Why is it different?
Because it can be different.
They cannot.
Everything else is perfect, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, this homework takes so long. I spent about 3 hours and I completed the chapter 4 COV and then the chapter 4 homework. So I think I have approximately about 35 more hours if I can keep each thing at an hour and a half.
The 35-hour managerial accounting grind was not something we were looking forward to. But here's the deal. Even though it was a lot of work, I was still excited to learn. There were so many practical concepts and equations I was taking away that it made it fun. I didn't feel like I was wasting my time like I did with legal environment of business. Which of the following is an allocation base commonly used under the traditional methods for allocation of overhead costs? That just feels like word soup, and so then I feel like I have to watch the video and then read the question and then watch the video again. And so I end up watching all these videos twice and it just burns up my time. If I'm gonna have any chance of completing managerial accounting, I have to speed line this process. I don't want to sacrifice my grade and I don't want to sacrifice retention. So over the next couple of days, I no-lifed managerial accounting. I woke up, I started on my managerial accounting. I went to bed, I was still doing managerial accounting. I was putting anywhere from 14 to 16-hour days just doing this work.
My goodness, what a productive day. We finished 3 papers in effective supervision. We completed a huge portion of our 10-page research paper, and now we're gonna go work on, surprise, some more accounting. I don't think Zena's having a fun time. Zena, stay. No, doctor. I captured Zena. I have roughly half of all my accounting still left to do. If I start tonight, I think I should be able to do about 4 hours and complete a chapter, or maybe a chapter and a half. It was a good day. We got a lot done. Zena's a happy girl.
I completed dozens of assignments with varying results. Some were good, some were not so good.
I don't think there's anything more satisfying than seeing this.
Oh my goodness, answer is complete and correct.
If I was to cry right now, I think that'd be completely reasonable.
Here's an example of a problem that just grinds my gears. So we have about 30 different entries we have to make, 30 different calculations, and it's only worth 4 points.
4 points for 20 minutes just doesn't seem like a good trade.
And then after all that work, I finally reached the final quiz.
Okay, so we're gonna times that by our 17.86, right? 3.67, beautiful. All right, let's see. Final quiz, what do we get? Can we end it with an ace, please? I'm so nervous right now. Yes! Awesome, good, good, good. We're done with managerial accounting. Now we're gonna move on to our final paper with effective supervision, and then tomorrow, we get to start the long grind of writing our 10-page research paper.
Managerial accounting was now done. That feeling the 100% gave me is the same feeling I have on Christmas Day. It was incredible.
We're on day number 7, and right now we're about to go in and grind our 10-page research paper out. So my research paper is on the effects of children being raised in a 1-parent family opposed to a 2-parent family. And some of the things that I'm finding are super unfortunate and sad, and I don't think people realize all the benefits of having 2 parents in the household. And now I gotta write 10 pages on it.
Researching the outcomes of children raised in 1-parent homes opposed to 2-parent homes was not enjoyable. The deeper I dug into the research, the more grim the results looked. And it's also a tough topic because you don't want to make single-parent families the villains. Most of them are doing their absolute best to take care of and provide for their kids. But at the same time, we still need to expose that there is a difference in outcomes between these 2 family environments.
We are so close. It is 9:56, and I think they close up the building at 10 p.m. So I gotta get out of here, but we are on page number 9.
Look at that. Look at all that gorgeousness. Oh, it looks good, doesn't it?
That was about a 7-hour grind. My goodness, we are feeling good, guys. I have not felt this free in so long because it's just been grind, work. Probably got another 30 minutes and then we're gonna submit that thing, get this A, hopefully get this A, and be on our way.
I'm surprised we actually did it. Going into this, I thought I was just a moron. The legal environment of business class was the only class that didn't let me work ahead, so I still will have assignments in that class, and then I'll have in-class assignments for all the other classes, like exams, midterms, different things like that. But other than that, I'm basically done with school. There's a couple things in regards to college that I want people younger than me to understand. First off, college is not the only answer. The cool thing is you have so many different options at your disposal, so don't feel pressured to go to college. Look around me, I'm in a house. Someone built this house. Someone had to manufacture the supplies. Someone had to create the tools to build this house. Someone had to create the camera that's filming me right now. And a lot of the stuff you don't need college degrees to do. Go to a trade school. Go get your license for real estate. Go get your license for insurance. Now, the second thing is do your best to find different things that interest you and something that you can make a living doing. We all know somebody who has switched their major 5 times and they spent tens of thousands of dollars doing it and wasted years in the process. So if you don't know what you want to do, but you think college might be your plan, what I would do is finish your generals, then I would drop out and find a job. I would start working. College will always be there. That's the cool thing. You can always go back to college. And it's a lot easier going back to college when you don't take out massive amounts of student debt. And that's the third thing. Just because you see a more expensive price tag on a college does not make it better. I have friends that went to $40,000 a year schools, and I have friends that went to $10,000 a year schools. And guess what? They both got the same degree, and right now they're making the same amount of money. Don't see a big price tag on a private university and automatically assume, oh, it's much better than the public college. It really depends on a variety of factors why you're going into college and the different careers you're looking into. And the final thing I wish I would have done is take advantage of PSEO. It'll save you 2 years of college, it'll get you to your career 2 years quicker, it'll save you the tuition that you're not spending on college. We could potentially be talking about an easy 6-figure opportunity cost for not electing to do PSEO. Don't worry about not seeing your friends at the home high school, you'll make new friends. So that was my week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for rocking with me to the end. If you liked the video and want to support the channel, feel free to subscribe. You can catch me on the gram or on Snapchat at lukeleisner. And take it easy, everyone. I will see you soon with the next video.
Okay, at school, most of the girls, like, it's embarrassing for them to dab. It's like, no, I'm not gonna dab. Like, their
They don't
version of
dab at
dabbing
school?
and everybody walks around saying, can I see you dab? Can I see you dab? Can I see you dab? And all they do is like this.
They just do like a little passive dab.
This.
That's
But
what's
I'm
holding
like-
this country back. We're not dabbing
I'm like
enough.
this.
Boom! There it is. See? Look at that.